If you thought the debit card fee mess was over, think again. Before Bank of America and the rest of the big banks decided to reverse their fees, Democratic Congressman Peter Welch of Vermont appeared on this very program to express concerns about collusion.
Before the ink was dry on the Durbin swipe fee amendment, Bank of America and some of the big bank associations were all speaking the same words about raising debit card fees. And the question that's raised under antitrust law is whether that's price signaling. And the question we have is to the Attorney General to be the cop on the beat and investigate.
Okay, so now the Justice Department has agreed to investigate banks for possible antitrust violations regarding the debit fees. The Attorney General's office promises appropriate action if signs of collusion are found. We'll, of course, follow the story, and we'll tell you what happens as it develops. Now, turning to Black Friday, you're thinking about that, right? My next guest says expect to see many restaurants and hotels expanding their hours, offering discounts, and rolling out new products this year. Steve Caldeira is the president and CEO of the International Franchise Association. Steve, thanks for joining us. I would assume that Black Friday is every bit as important to franchisees as it is to any other retailer or business operator in the country.
Well, first, thanks for having me, Jerry. And yes, it is. I mean, as you know, we've been going through small business community, franchise business community, and the business community as a whole has been going through a very challenging economic and public policy climate. So the great thing about franchising is that you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So the franchisor works very closely with their franchisees to offer freebies or discounts on new and existing products that will help to drive traffic and sales, especially during times around the holidays.
Well, let's work through some examples of exactly what you're talking about, starting with Chili's and TGI Fridays. What are they doing?
They're offering discounts through Facebook. You have Intercontinental Hotels offering discounts through Twitter. You have Marriott Hotels offering significant discounts through their Caribbean hotels relative to resort credits, room upgrades, discounted rooms. You have Valpak that through their website, valpak.com, they're offering discounts to their partners both at the local level. I think there's about 20 deals locally for folks and 200 national deals. So they're really focused on driving traffic and sales in a still very sluggish economy.
All right. Well, you know, I think it's interesting that you mentioned how franchisees are really small business operators. They may have the brand name of a big national company like McDonald's or whatever, but they're really small guys, small operators trying to make a go of it. And they create some 18 million jobs in this economy. They're responsible for $2.1 trillion in sales in the economy every year. I mean, that's really astonishing. People out there tonight might be thinking, maybe a franchise is the right thing for me. I'm looking for a business idea. What do people need to consider if they're considering buying a franchise?
Well, first and foremost, we're a huge part of the U.S. economy. We represent over 825,000 establishments. But like anything else, any business you might consider getting into, do your research, do your due diligence, check out the franchisor disclosure document if you're thinking about becoming a franchisee. Look at the performance record of the franchise, their track record and their history.
Where do you get that?
Their history. It's readily available. If you're interested in a franchise, you can contact that brand directly, and they will provide it for you. And of course, I think what's really critically important is to speak to existing current franchisees.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Are they making money? What's working? What's not? But what I will tell you is that over the last decade, Jerry, franchising has grown 40%, and our biggest issue right now is lack of credit. And there's a 20% shortfall, but yet we're still going to grow maybe 2.5% this year, which is better than most industries.
Well, you know, that's interesting because we hear that from all kinds of small business operators that they can't get the money they need. Tell me this, though, because I always wonder, if I'm going to buy a franchise quickly, how much am I going to pay? What's the range of prices out there for a franchise?
Well, it could go anywhere from $5,000 to $1 million plus. It depends is there what the brand is there real estate involved? But what's great about franchising is there's something for everyone. And what we know, especially given this economy, that more people are trying to take control of their own destiny. And
That's
so,
right.
so being in franchising has been appealing to a lot of people.
You can
which
do
is
the
why
restaurant, you can do the retail store, you get all kinds of different things.
You've
Steve,
got it, Jerry. We've got restaurant, hotels, we've got, automotive services, personal and business services. We cover the gamut. We're on virtually every main street in America.
That's right. And good luck to you. Steve, thanks for coming on tonight. Appreciate your time.
You're welcome, Jerry. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, sir. All right. If you plan on being one of those 152 million black